rude. It cut me off. Anyways, with the epidural you don't really feel anything, but when it's time you still feel something. So I mean, they told me like when you feel a contraction, it's time to push. So they waited for a while, and then I felt the first contraction. So I'm like, okay, and then I pushed, and then they took my hand after the first push. Like you push for like how many seconds, and then whatever, you will see it on the vlog, but it was amazing how I could do that, you know. And then so that was the first contraction, and then they took my hand, and then they were like, where's your hand? This is your baby's head. And then I felt it, and I just laughed, and they were like, oh my gosh, you're just gonna laugh your baby out. Like, you know, you're gonna laugh it to push out. And I just smiled, and then we waited for the second contraction, and I pushed again for like 15 seconds or 10 seconds. And then she's like, can you give me just a little bit more push? And then I was just a little bit distracted, and then my nurse is like, push a little bit more. And then I pushed for like half a time, like 5 seconds, and then she was out. Yep, I only pushed twice and a half time, and she was out. She was crying already, and I cried. I cried tears of joy hearing her cry, and David cried. And then they had this like 5-second rule. I don't know, like somebody was counting in the back of the room, like 1, 2, 3, like for 5 seconds. And then that's when David could cut the cord, I guess. She could breathe on her own, so there was no issue there. And you know, they brought her to the warming table, and they had to warm her up right away, you know, make sure that she's okay, because she's, you know, premature. They put a little beanie on her, and they wrapped her up. So I never had the golden moment, or whatever they call it, the skin to skin, the first time skin to skin, because she had to be warm. But yeah, she was born. Then after they gave her to me, like, say hi to mommy, and then you know, I said hi to her, and she opened her eyes. And yeah, and the specialist, the doctor specialist, or whatever, pediatrician specialist for preemie, or the NICU doctor, I don't know, and ICU, the doctor came, and he's like, you know, the baby's gonna stay with us for a couple weeks because of her being born premature. And I'm like, okay. And he asked David to go with them to, you know, to show him where she's gonna stay at. And then my mom stayed with me. I was just chilling there, and the doctor gave me high five, like, high five, good job, because I only pushed twice and a half and she was born. So so they gave me a high five, because they were like, you're awesome, good job. I was like super proud of myself. I mean, I don't know if they say that to everybody, but those doctors at Kapiolani Medical Center are really good. That hospital is specialized for women and children, so maybe that's why they're super good, but they're super good. Anyways, so I was super proud of myself because of how they were encouraging me, like, good job. Rinabella was born at 2 a.m. by the way, 2:09 I think. So yeah, like I said, she was born right away after they popped the water. Anyways, yeah, so my daughter's name is Rinabella. She was born at 34 weeks and 4 days. So yeah, they went and moved her, and David followed. My mom stayed, but then David came back, and guess what? Giving birth was not done yet, even though I gave birth to my baby already. Because why? I had to give birth to my placenta. Yes, my placenta didn't come out, so my nurse had to push it out of my stomach. That was the most painful thing ever. I guess because the epidural kind of like ran out. I mean, I still couldn't feel my legs, but on the stomach area it was like running out. She pushed on my stomach. It was so painful, but I never scream. I don't scream. The camera shut me off again, but anyways, I'm almost done with the story. Yeah, so I never had stretch marks on my belly my whole pregnancy until my nurse pushed my placenta out, and I have a stretch mark under my belly button from that push. So yeah, it was intense. But anyways, I had the best nurse ever. I had the best doctors ever giving birth. Like I said, they were just encouraging and gave me high five and stuff like that. They were awesome, you guys. Like, I really love that hospital, I guess because it's specified for women and children. Anyways, after that, I had to move to my actual room, and my mom had to go home because, you know, only one person can stay and visitors hour is over. It's only until 8, from 8 to 8 I think, or something like that. Anyways, so yeah, it was already like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I had to go on a wheelchair. They had to wheel me to the other room, and I didn't know, I couldn't feel my legs until I almost fell. And I sat on the wheelchair and I didn't want to get off of it ever again. Anyways, they wheeled us into another room, into my room, and I was trying to get settled in. And they brought me food right away, breakfast food. It was yummy. They brought me breakfast food, and you know, David was trying to settle in already. We were all about to sleep, and they tested something like something to alarm them, and it didn't work. So they had to move me to another room. So they had to wheel me again, and then we finally settled into another room. The other room is kind of bigger than the first room, I think. Anyways, like every, I don't know how many hours, like every change of shifts, like somebody come to take my vital early in the morning, take my blood pressure, take everything. While I was in labor, the blood pressure machine keeps on going on and off on its own while I was in labor, so that was still going on. And then somebody had to physically take it after I gave birth. And then early in the morning, they told me it's feeding time, so they wanted to wheel me to my daughter to try to feed her, breastfeed her for the first time, and to see her again. Obviously, I couldn't breastfeed yet, and that's another heavy talk. But anyways, I couldn't breastfeed yet, and yeah, I just went to see her. I wanted to walk already, but the nurse said I can't yet because I only walk for like 2 steps to the bathroom. But yeah, they ask you to tell them when you want to go to the bathroom for the first time, so they can show you what to do, like, you know, pee in the cup and measure it, and wash off with the warm water. The best thing ever, by the way. Yeah. So yeah, we did that. I had to measure a couple times, and after that I didn't have to measure anymore, and I didn't have to call them anymore because I could walk. So that was whole Saturday. And so there was like I guess like a assistant doctor that checks on me, and she checked on me in the dark. I never saw her face, but apparently I had her again after, like, as my OB. Anyways, so yeah, she was talking to me that morning, like, do you want to go home today, as in Saturday, because my stomach was like fine already, like I was walking fine, I was eating fine. I'm like, no, because there's some people that's still coming tomorrow. As of Sunday. Anyways, I stayed at the hospital, and I went to see my daughter a couple times, and I went to rest a couple times. They made me watch this breastfeeding video a couple times, and then I had like breastfeeding specialist come and teach me how to use the pump, the manual pump and the regular machine pump. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so Saturday, couple friends came. Awesome. A couple friends came to see me, and to, you know, give some gifts and whatever. And then, you know, I had lunch at the hospital again. I could choose what lunch I wanted, what dinner I wanted, and then they have like special dinner from Blue Ribbon after, like, one night that you can have with your significant other, which is my husband for me. So Saturday night we had that, and David still went to work after that. Saturday night I was in the hospital, and he went to work. Anyway, we ate the Blue Ribbon. It was yummy. Like, I don't know why people say that hospital food is not good, because it's really good, you guys. It's really yummy. And we had to eat that a couple times even after I stayed in the hospital, because, you know, we had to see our daughter often. But anyways, and then Sunday is when I went home. Okay, so it's Friday the 25th after giving birth. That morning, when I woke up, I got my first shot of Depo shot, and so I was already on birth control as soon as I gave birth. Some people say, some of the lactation specialists said that might be the reason why I couldn't lactate right away, and the doctor said that's not the case. I don't know the truth, but that's just what I went through. But yeah, that was my birth story, you guys. Yeah, so yeah, just stay tuned for the hospital bag, and also stay tuned for my preemie baby video, my premature baby video. I'm gonna be doing that also because a lot of people actually wanna know more about it. Yeah, and then that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to catch me up on my social medias if you guys haven't done that yet. I'm always there. I'm always active on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter, especially Facebook and Instagram. If you guys want to talk to me there, or you want to, you know, talk to me in private message, go ahead and do that there. I will answer you as soon as I get your message, or as soon as I can. Anyways, alright, thank you so much for watching, mommies and future mommies and daddies, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching that video, you guys. If you guys liked it, please give it a big thumbs up so that I know that you guys like this type of videos. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking my round face right here, and that will help me a whole lot. And if you guys want to check out my vlog channel, it will be right up here. And the next video is here